Oh gosh, she's coughing. That's not a good place to start. All right, so if you guys enjoy the Nikke content, please give a like, subscribe, leave a comment or chat, or on the video afterwards, what your favorite part of Enter Heaven was and why it's totally why I don't like EH's new design as much as her previous design. I don't care if she has huge booba. She's got C4 attached to it, and it's kind of really weird. Oh god, now Jackal's hacking up. Bleh, Viper, my throat hurts. Seriously, doesn't anyone ever clean around here? How can you clean the outer rim? Why is there so much dust? Should I eat it all? Would that make my throat stop hurting? I forget how dumb Jackal is. Sometimes I forget how dumb Jackal is. Don't. It'll only make it worse. Oh, okay. Thanks, boss. Ooh, Warhammer 40k. What were you guys up to? Not C4, a claymore. It's more directed. Now then. The tip we got said there's been sightings of dangerous people coming and going around here. Viper looks around the area. I see a whole bunch of dust, but no signs that anyone's actually been living here. Yeah. There aren't even light fixtures. Plotting something shady in the dark, huh? I wonder what it was. Viper, boss. Over here, there's stuff written over on the wall. There's little writing on the wall. Viper turns on her phone flashlight and shines it on the wall Jackal is pointing at. Uh-oh. What is this? The wall is covered in words written in red. Traitors, hypocrites, you abandoned us. And what's that in the center? Light is our right, Heavenly Ascension. Do you think Heavenly Ascension is behind this? Hard to say. I thought you'd already taken care of that. I did. But now it looks like a little investigation is warranted. I'll handle it. By yourself? Hi, Arto! Yeah. EH stares at the wall, filled top to bottom with writing. Someone had a schizo moment. I'm pretty sure this is a message meant for me. Brushy in here. Come in. Oh, hi, Ingrid. Thanks for making time. I know how busy you are. You said it was urgent. What's going on? It's about the terrorist group in the Outer Rim. Heavenly Ascension. Don't you remember them? Of course, they were behind a lot of the terrorist attacks in the Ark. Crow used them to blow a hole in the Dome of Eternity, as one does. Then, do you know who founded Heavenly Ascension? I do! I am a smart cookie. Good. That'll make this quick. As you know, EH is the one who founded Heavenly Ascension. I already know that. Why are you repeating it? Right. Why are you telling me this now? After the attack on the Ark, EH expressed a desire to atone for her sins. She asked to become a Nikke so she could take responsibility for what she'd been done. As part of the deal, she was forbidden from leaving the Outer Rim. A bomb was placed around her neck. She became the leader of Exotic, agreeing to dismantle Heavenly Ascension herself. Those who left the group under EH's orders were spared their lives, while those who didn't were punished for the terrorist attack, and Heavenly Ascension was thereby declared disbanded. So, like, you murdered them. I had no idea all that happened. However, there's an issue. Since then, the remnants of Heavenly Ascension were quiet, or at least hadn't seen any signs of activity from them. Recently, though, we received intel that they've started to move again. Didn't you just say the group was dismantled? You know people can move even though they're not in a group, right? They don't have to be in your Sims friend circle, Commander. Come on now, Jeff McDougall, put your brain cells to work. It was. Then reports started coming in. Light is our right. Heavenly Ascension. That's their famous slogan, and it's been written all over the Outer Rim. I rub. Couldn't it just be from some copycat, though? Hey man, we're not playing Ghost in the Shell now. Come on now. Of course, that's entirely possible. But we also can't rule out the possibility that there are remnants of the group still around. If so, EH's report of dismantling Heavenly Ascension may have been false. A ruse meant to protect what remains of their group. At least that's one theory. The suspicion got pointed at her then. It's not unreasonable for the central government to come to that conclusion. After all they see when they look at EH is the former head of a terrorist organization. I mean, look, I'm not often in the central government side, but like, you kind of can't blame them here. Like, I mean, you know, just, you know. That's why they're asking me to look into what's really going on with her. Do you think she lied? Oh my god, were they roommates? I don't know. I can't say. I just realized Ingrid's got a ring in her eyes. And now I can't stop looking at it. I don't know. I don't want to give my opinion first and influence your judgment. Besides, let's just say I'm not fit to judge. What do you mean by that? Give us the tea, lady. For now, I want you to see EH in person and determine whether she's involved in this or not. You were one of the victims of the attack, but you also have a long history of... oh my god. Of treating Nikkes without precedence. Prejudice, not precedence. Well, I mean, maybe precedence, but she said prejudice, definitely. I'm just dumb. If there's anyone who can remain impartial here, it's you. I don't know if the commander's really impartial when it comes to Nikkes. He tends to like them a lot. All right, I'll meet with her. Oh, hi, Rappy. You're really going through with it? Yeah, I was asked to. Were you able to get in touch with her? No, she's not answering any messages or calls. She's on permanently do not disturb in Discord. And or hiding and on visible. That's not good. Whatever's really going on, this whole situation is suspicious. I'd advise keeping your guard up, Commander. Regardless of whether EH intended, something is already in motion. You can't do as you've always done and blindly trust someone because they're a Nikke. Excuse you, ma'am. I can do what I want. I am the main character. You're just once again jelly. I'm talking to another Nikke. Rappy, I like you when you're channeling your funny Red Hood side, but when you're channeling your jelly side, it's really not attractive. I'm just saying. It's really unattractive. How can I not? Let me come with you. See, she's being jelly again. It's dangerous to go alone. Here, take this. It's dangerous to go alone. If we move as a group, it'll draw too much attention. We're fairly well known now. Even so, it's better than being defenseless. You know what's even dumber? Just walking into the Outer Rim in the commander's outfit. I'm just saying. I just don't want to provoke them, Rappy. Rappy. Regardless of who's doing this, their recent actions have been bold. True, but I don't want to escalate this and drag innocent people into it. Still, I don't think going at it alone is strategically a good idea. That's why I've already contacted someone else. Rappy getting the velvet treatment. Someone else. Oh, the jelly is showing. Wait, you don't mean... oh man, look at that face. That's exactly what I mean. Oh, please don't tell me we contacted Crow. Don't make me deal with this. Honey. Viper. It's been a while. It's unlike you to be the one to call first. I just haven't been able to reach EH. Ouch. Oh, I don't mind the reason. I'm just happy you reached out first. Hey! Commander. I'm so happy to see you. Hi, Jackal. Yeah. Thanks for coming out. Don't mention it. So you're looking for our boss too, huh? Yeah, I heard Heavenly Ascension's on the move again, and I wanted to ask her about it. Yeah, we've been tracking them ever since we found signs of their activity. You've been tracking them too? Who do you think first found the wall with the slogan written on it? It was us. But a few days ago, we found a certain wall. Was it in Berlin? Sorry. Sorry. She said she'd look into it on her own. We haven't been able to reach her since. She's not responding to you either. Have you tried going out and looking for her? You bet. I ran around everywhere trying to catch her scent. But I couldn't smell her anywhere, so we didn't find her. I see. Can you show me the wall you found before she disappeared? Of course. It's deep inside the outer rim, though. Are you sure you're up for it? It hasn't been upkept for a long time. To the point that there aren't even any lights on. It's dark and dangerous. Oh no, the commander's gonna have to hold on to your iridescent skirt that probably glows in the dark. What a shame. It shouldn't be a problem with you two around, right? Oh my. Here you were so guarded earlier, honey. And yet now you're putting your trust in me? I don't see any reason for you to betray me. I suppose that's true. Are you going to double-cross me again? Of course not. I won't do anything like that again. Not now or ever. I mean, she did get a summer skin with her boobies out, so maybe we can trust her. I'm not going to betray you, honey. I swear. All right, I trust you. For now. Thank you. Viper said thank you. Then I'll say it too. Thank you, Commander. Now, as a sign of our trust and commitment. Oh, I was reading that in Jackal's voice and it was Viper. Whoopsie. How about a handshake? I'm sure she wants to shake more than his hand. A handshake. Sus. Viper extends her hand. You said you trust me, and yet you're already hesitating? I would never do anything to hurt you, honey. I swore, remember? All right. I take Viper's hand. Your hand's always so warm. Don't gasm over my hand, please. That's weird. You're not Yoshikaga Kira. Viper, let's go with my hand. Good. I'm all charged up now. Follow me. Following Viper and Jackal's lead, I head deeper into the outer rim. Ooh. There aren't any streetlights around. They said there were no lights, dummy. Man, sometimes the commander's such a dumb. It's dark, huh? Heavenly Ascension never developed this area. That's why there aren't any lights. Heavenly Ascension developed areas? The entire outer rim used to be like this. It was already dark enough without the Dome of Eternity. But with the partition blocking the way, barely any light from the Ark could get in. EH changed that. She said people shouldn't live in a place this dark. And so she dug through piles of scraps to find light bulbs, ran electrical lines through the buildings that were still standing, and installed streetlights all over the place. After that, people started following her, even though she was an outsider. An outsider? EH? You didn't know? What do you think EH stands for? Do you not know her real name? Oh, I heard this from Twitter, so I think I heard it was Elysian Harper. Oh, hi Zip. So you know her name, but not that she was an outsider? Since it's Elysian that sent you, I figured they would have told you everything. Sounds like that's not the case. Is there more I should know? It's probably better if you hear everything from EH directly. It's all really personal stuff, so I don't think it'd be right for me to talk about it. She's our boss, you know, and I want to respect that. For now, just know that EH was originally an outsider who came into the Outer Rim on her own. Okay. You two seem to be on pretty good terms with her. Who, with EH? I mean, it's not like we're strangers before. We already knew she treated her people well, even back when she led Heavenly Ascension. Once she actually became our boss, though, that's when we really understood why people liked her. Yeah. Boss treats me well. She does say I can't bite whatever I want, though. There's a lot of things she tells me not to do. I don't like that. I want to chomp stuff, but she says no. Jackal, no biting. That's because you keep eating weird things and getting stomach aches. Oh, really? Then I like Boss. She's nice to me. I didn't really expect that. After what happened in the attack on the Ark, I figured things would be more strained between you two. A wispy chompy melt. You think so, right? I did too, so when EH became our boss, I just flat out asked her. And then... what a surprise, you're the EH. And now you're here to lead Exotic. Did you volunteer for it? Yeah. Really? What, we stabbed you in the back. Are you really okay working with us? Yeah. Wow. Very impressive. Oh, unless you're here to try and reform us former criminals. Is that it? Of course not. My hands aren't clean either. Still, you're different from us. You had clear convictions. Ideals and intentions don't make a mistake less wrong. I've no intention of lecturing you two as though I'm innocent somehow. I joined Exotic because this squad is the only one operating in the Outer Rim. And I figured I can protect this place. I have no resentment towards you and no desire for revenge. We can't change what happened, and now we're all paying our own price. That's all there is to it. I had no idea you're the type who makes life harder than it needs to be. Not that I mind. Honey is a straight arrow too. You remind me of him in that way. I look forward to working with you, boss. Me too, boss. Likewise. And that was that. Do you get it now? She's got a good heart. Despite everything we did to her. That's why I don't think she's trying to rebuild Heavenly Ascension. I realize you might not believe all that because it's coming from me. But I do hope you'll hear her out at least once. Don't worry. That's why I'm here. That's the kind of honey I know. Let's get going. We're almost there. I follow Viper and Jackal into the rundown house. That sounded like me a couple weeks ago. As we enter, our footsteps stir up a cloud of dust. Ugh. I'll never get used to this dust. I hate this place. It makes my nose and throat hurt. Then, do you want to wait near the entrance? It shouldn't be as bad there. Okay! This is the last place you saw EH? Yeah, that's right. See that wall? Viper shines her phone light onto one of the walls. Words like traitor and hypocrite are scrawled all over in red. How could you abandon us? Words of resentment. Die, central government lapdog. And the familiar refrain of light is our right, Heavenly Ascension. Heavenly Ascension's slogan. So this is what she saw. We've established this, Jeff McDude guy. You're kind of dumb tonight, brother. Yeah, she said it was a message meant for her. It's probably from someone who resents her for breaking up Heavenly Ascension. That would be the logical action, yes. If that's the case, it means she's a target. And if she's unreachable ever since, she might be in danger. Yeah. Given that she was strong enough to hunt down Nikkes even when she was human, I have a hard time imagining something happening to her. But when people harbor a grudge, you never know what'll happen. It's possible she came back here at one point. Let's check out the house one more time for any clues. Alright. Jackal, it's time to stop playing out there. We need you to see if you can find any signs that the boss was here. Oh man, inside there, my nose is clogged from all the dust and my throat hurts. Then just use your eyes. Alright. I have this. Duh. A bit of a wispy oopsie. Okay, I'll help find boss. However, no matter how much we search the house, there's no trace of EH. Ugh, there's nothing here. Maybe she didn't come back? Ugh, Viper, my nose really hurts. I can't take it anymore. Yeah, we can stop. This isn't good. We can't just go searching through the entire outer rim. For now, let's step outside, honey. Staying in here can't be good for you. Yeah, let's go. Get black lung or something. Hurry, hurry, let's go. Viper, Commander, hurry. Okay, okay, we're coming. Before following Jackal and Viper out through the entrance, I glance at the writing on the wall one last time. Huh? What's wrong? Something catch your attention? No, just taking one last look. Looking closely at the phrase, light is our right, Heavenly Ascension, I notice a small groove etched into the word light. What's this? I press my hand against it. Oh! Huh? The ground gives a bit way beneath me. What the? Honey! And I drop down. Well, good thing we have super amazing, awesome healing now. After a fall that lasts longer than I expected, I slam into the floor below. Ugh! My ankles! Good thing I can heal really fast now! I look around. The room is pitch black. Where am I? Brother has entered the Terminator era. Let's go find John Connor in here. Look at the state of this place. Huh? You're not Viper or Jackal. Who's that? Whack. Something heavy slams into my head. And I'm dead. So much blood. I hear someone's voice. Come on, wake up. Oh. She's a bit mad. EH? Do you recognize me? Yeah, ugh! I clutch my throbbing head and sit up. Try not to move. It looks like you hurt your head. Right before I pass out, I got hit on the head with something. You did? By who? I think I saw the silhouette of a man, but I couldn't make out anything. I see. Don't worry. I'm not that badly hurt. You shouldn't push yourself. You lost a lot of blood. The wound looks pretty bad. I'm really fine. Aside from the cold, I really think I'm okay. Especially CEO lore. I'm excited for CEO lore. Mind if I take a look at the wound? You're wearing gloves, right? Yeah. Okay then, go ahead. Just be careful not to touch the blood. Alright. EH comes close and carefully examines my head. It's completely healed. Judging from all the blood, I'm sure it was a serious injury, and yet... What's wrong? Nothing. She starts to check the rest of my body, starting with the back of my arms. Thankfully, it doesn't look like you sustained any other injuries. Still, just because the outside's healed doesn't mean you don't have any internal injuries. Head injuries shouldn't be taken lightly. Let's rest here for a while before we get moving. Yeah, sure. She might be right about me not fully healed. I'm starting to feel colder. Brr. Bro lost blood and went, damn, it's cold. What are you doing here anyway? Looking for you. Me? Yeah, Ingrid told me Heavenly Ascension is back. Oh, that. I came to confirm whether you're connected to it. Whether I'm connected? You came to check on if I'm behind all this. It seems the central government suspects you. Who would have thought? They think you never really disbanded Heavenly Ascension and that you falsified your report. Well, of course they did. They're the stinky feds. And what do we think about stinky feds here, chat? I see. It makes sense for them to distrust me. To them, I'm sure I'm just a criminal who switched sides to survive. And now they want Ingrid to look into it. Yup. Then she asked you to investigate. And to determine for yourself whether I'm behind this. Yeah, she said she wasn't fit to judge. Not fit, huh? Yeah, I could see her saying that. I'm sorry. You got dragged into this because of me. The fact is, I am connected to this. The one writing all these things everywhere as if Heavenly Ascension is sending me a message. He resents me for what I did and considers me a traitor. The fact is, I did put an end to Heavenly Ascension, so it's not like I don't understand where he's coming from. So, you figured out who it is? Yeah, I did. We agreed to meet, but when I arrived, I was knocked out with sleeping gas. And that's how you ended up here. He's most likely the one knocked you out as well. I doubt he expected you to be looking for me. So, he must have panicked when he saw you. He did seem confused, muttering something about being a big viper or a jackal. I figured. After hitting you, he must have realized you're connected to the central government. He probably put you in here with me, figuring that if we die together, suspicion would naturally fall on me. Whatever the reason, I'm really sorry you got caught up in all this. Well, now I have a better idea of what's going on. You're tangled up in something as messy as well. Still, my telling you this doesn't prove whether I really put an end to Heavenly Ascension or not. Ask me anything, I'll answer. In that case, I would like your backstory, please. Why did you form Heavenly Ascension? Why would you want to know that? I know you've been fighting for the rights of the Outer Rim. What I don't get is why your resistance took on the form of terrorism or what led you to subsequently change of heart. That's why I want to know more about how it all started. I think it'll help me judge you better. Judge what? Me? Yeah. Yeah, you! Alright. You've been dragged into this mess. Least you deserve is to hear the full story. It goes back pretty far, though. You know what my name used to be? I've been getting that question a lot today. Huh? I think I heard it was Elysian Harper. That's right. Elysian Harper. That was my name until I chose to cast it aside. Elysian as the company? Yes, that Elysian. Elysian, whatever. It was a name that came with a lot of weight. Having that name meant I was the next CEO. Oh! In other words, I was the heir to Elysian. Whoa. Okay. The heir? That would mean that you and Ingrid are half-sisters. We share the same mother. Oh. I'm the younger one. Our mother was the former CEO of Elysian. Guys, what if their mom was Frisia? What if? Who the dad shift up? Who's the dad? You're my dad! Boogie woogie! That must be why Ingrid said she wasn't fit to judge. Your family? Yeah, I guess. Honestly, I didn't realize she still thought it that way. What kind of company do you think Elysian is? An arms manufacturer strangely obsessed with tactics. Tactics. Yeah, Ingrid does like that word. Anyway, you're right. It's an arms manufacturer that focuses on tactical excellence. But that wasn't always the company's top priority. In the past, Elysium pursued only one thing: power. Ooh. Just because she told him doesn't mean she actually became one. Just saying. Power. Yeah, more precisely, the power of humanity. When raptures attacked, humans abandoned the surface and fled to the Ark. My mother believed that in order to avoid extinction, only the strongest must survive so that humanity could grow strong and evolve. That's what she used to say, at least. So her mom was there when the Ark was made originally, if I'm following that right then? Right? That sounds similar to Elysian's current philosophy, but also a bit different. That's right. Ingrid believes humanity must use technology to defeat the Raptures, but she's not so fixated on the sole pursuit of strength. Mother was different. She pursued strength to the point of obsession. Oh, yikes. That's why she wanted the strongest of her children to be her successor. Ingrid and I were constantly tested and compared. I came out on top, which is how I became the heir. And the reason I was given the name Elysian. If it weren't for a certain incident, I wouldn't have inherited Elysian as planned. What's the incident? The knowers want to know. Did you know that Elysian built the Outer Rim barrier? I didn't. No, I had no idea. Of course, it was the central government's proposal that initiated the process, but Elysian spearheaded the construction. Mother had long believed that the weak were meant to be culled. Oh. I felt that garbage should be kept separate from human habitats. So she naturally welcomed the proposal. She knew people were living there in secret. She used to say they lacked gratitude for being allowed to live in the Ark. Instead, squandering their lives on gambling and pleasure, she called them garbage. Oh, shit. Oh, Nate's back. At the time, I really thought the people of the Outer Rim were all like that. But then, during the final inspection of the wall, I was sent to the Outer Rim in my mother's place, since I was the heir and all. That's when I learned for myself. The Outer Rim wasn't a mere trash dump. Just like the Ark, the people living there, real people, not garbage. Ah. Hey. What are you doing? Huh? The young boy and girl are startled and step back, dropping a fuse. What's wrong? It sparkles and it's pretty. We're going to light a dynamite fuse because it's pretty? We wanted to make light. Everyone says there's no light here. Yeah, we played around with fire on the mountain. The light was really pretty. We just wanted to see it one more time. Is that not allowed? It's... What are kids like you doing here in the first place? Where are your parents? How did you even... What do you mean? This is our home. This is your home? Mom's here too. She's inside over there. I think... The children timidly glance at the fuse. Are we really not allowed to light a fire here? I'd really like to see more pretty lights. No, it's not allowed. You could get hurt if you're not careful. We could. Elysian Harper carefully looks at the mountain of trash. Use this instead. Huh? She picks up a sparkler that had fallen onto the side of the trash pile and then lights it. Hence why sparklers are the currency for the event. A bright light begins to burst from the tip of the sparkler. Wow! These are the only things you should be lighting, okay? Okay. That's when the thought hit me. People live here. I just can't ignore that. Proposal for improving the living conditions of the Outer Rim residents. Elysian Franca tosses her tablet down. I sent you on such an important assignment so you could learn about what being my successor entails. But now it looks like you came back more foolish than when you left. Who are the residents of the Outer Rim? There aren't any humans there last I checked. Mother. That entire place is filled with garbage and nothing else. After being granted the privilege of escaping the surface and seeking refuge underground, they chose to hole themselves up in that dump. That makes them garbage. If you really view those things as people, that tells me all I need to know about how poor your judgment is. There are children who were born there who aren't like that. It may be true that the adults who went there are weak and made foolish decisions, as you say. But those children never had a choice. That doesn't matter. Being born in a dump still makes them garbage. What kind of logic is that? If their lives are meant to be anything more than that, then they'll find a way to survive, to get stronger, and to make it out of there. If they can't, it simply means they were born too weak and they will die weak. That is the law of nature. I've said it many times before. Humanity as a whole must become strong. Only by casting aside the weak and strengthening ourselves can we survive in this world where inhuman monsters run rampant. Have you really not learned anything at all? Still, they're just children. You really can't understand. You aren't qualified to be the heir of Elysian. Don't become weak, Harper. The heir of the great Elysian must not be swayed by pity for the weak. Be clear in what you keep and what you cast away. For the sake of a stronger human race, the weak must be discarded. Otherwise, humanity will grow ever stronger. Will never grow stronger, excuse me. It's only through strength that humans can avoid falling behind in this inverted ecosystem and accomplish the great feats of reclaiming the surface. I mean, I see where she's coming from, but I don't agree. Okay. It was then that a thought came to mind. If we only pursue strength in the attempt to avoid extinction, and in process we discard humanity, can we really still be regarded as human? Oh, fuck, never mind, we are playing Ghost in the Shell. Never mind, I lied, we are playing Ghost in the Shell now. When that thought hit me, I couldn't take it any longer. For days on end, I kept asking myself, what is true strength? And then, finally, I came to a conclusion. It sounds like the Hunger Games. I'm not too well versed in Hunger Games. People in chat can check on that one. If Elysian's heir meant I wasn't allowed to think like that, then I would give up my position. Harper. Ingrid. Are you really leaving? Things just turned out this way. Sorry. Looks like we won't be oh my god, won't be getting tested anymore together. And Mother's okay with it? No. She was angry. She called me pathetic and wouldn't let me take anything with me, saying maybe I'd get a sense knocked into me and come back. I've got nothing aside from these weapons. Do you really want to save that place that badly? Yeah. I'm going to turn the Outer Rim into a place where people can live like human beings. And then I'm going to show the entire world. I'll prove that there are real people living there in the place everyone else calls a dump. And that they can no longer ignore them. And to Mother, I'll prove that strength of humanity actually needs to pursue. Doesn't come from some extreme version of survival of the fittest. But that the strong need to help the weak and give them a chance to get stronger so that everyone can grow together. And that it's only by retaining our humanity that we can truly become strong. That's the strength of humanity that I'm after. And what I want to prove to everyone. Things may not go the way you want. I'm not trying to say that everything Mother says is right. But there are definitely those who have given up and only take from others and rather than making an effort themselves. If you start preaching your ideals to such people, they may take advantage of you. There will be those who learn you came from the Ark and that you were Elysian's heir. And out of jealousy, they'll threaten you and try to use violence. And you won't be able to rest for even a second. And yet, in spite of that, you still want to hold on to your ideals? God, I love EH! Me too. Well, when it comes to violence, unless they're Nikke's, armed like soldiers in the surface reclamation wars, they'll be surely weaker than you, so I'll be fine. You idiot. You can't let your guard down. No matter how strong you are, you're bound... Oh, sorry, I clicked. You're bound to fall if you get careless. I know. That's a valuable lesson Mother hammered into us as children. Look, I know what you're trying to say. The Outer Rim will be dangerous. I realize not everyone there will be good like the children I saw. But even so, I refuse to give up. Harper. Unfortunately, that means I won't be able to help you. I know you wanted us to work together on your plan to make humans and Nikke stronger through technology and tactics. But I'll be looking forward to watching you from afar as you create Elysian's finest forces. The Absolute Squad, who will bring unmatched tactics to any fight. Oh shit, so this is pre-absolution. Okay, makes sense though. And the Eccentric Squad, who will protect others from Berserk Nikkes. Elysian Harper extends her hand to Ingrid. Alright. I'm really hoping you prove to Mother that you're right. Let's both succeed at what we're trying to do, wherever that may be. Ingrid firmly grasps EH's hand. Take care of yourself. You too. You came straight to the Outer Rim after that? Yeah. I wanted to change the Outer Rim. I figured I had to live there myself. And I'll tell you, I was surprised at what troubled me the most living here. It wasn't the thugs picking fights because I was an outsider. Or living in a house without a ceiling, which I'd never experienced before. Nor was it the thieves that tried to enter whenever I closed my eyes. It was the fact that there was no light, just like those children had said. Aside from the faint glow of the dome eternity seeping from beyond the massive barrier, there was no light in the Outer Rim. So I decided to change that. When I began, I noticed there was a bunch of wires everywhere that didn't seem to be used for anything. They were capable of drawing power, though, so getting electricity wasn't difficult. I don't think that their mother respects strength. It's just an excuse to crush everything in her path, no matter how scummy she gets. I could also see that. Commando, thank you for your sub as well. Mwah! Welcome in, welcome in. I hope you enjoy the emotes. We play Nikke at least once a week here, so we are constant Nikke streamers here. I always say we, like as if it's me and the community streaming together. Ah, why the fuck not? Yeah, sure it is. I'm chill with that. You guys chill with that? You guys the co-streamers now. The challenge was finding someone in the Outer Rim who had done electrical work before. I managed to finally find someone after a long search, and we began building streetlights together. We gathered bulbs from the landfill that could still be used, and installed them one by one. Wow, it's so bright! What is this? It's so pretty. What's the big deal? Why are you making such a fuss over a few light bulbs? They're too bright, I say. Why are you even trying to lighten up this landfill anyway? Your eyes will get used to the brightness. This may be the Outer Rim, but we're still human beings and we deserve to live in the light. Don't we? Well, I suppose that's true. I think we need to start trying to live more like people. After all, we're humans, even if we may not live in the Ark. After that, I installed lights along what was considered the main street. Gradually, people began gathering under the light. And then, eventually... Boss! 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 Everyone says boss! At some point, people began calling me boss. And that wasn't all. I want to live somewhere with more light. I want to see a brighter world. I want to feel the world beyond the partition. They started saying those kinds of things to me. I figured that since I was the one who brought these people together, I had to respond to them. So, I shouted, let us head towards heaven. Let us prove to the world that we are alive, and show them that we are people. One day, we shall cross that partition into a world overflowing with light. Let us ascend back into heaven. From that moment on, we took the name Heavenly Ascension. I see. But the more I hear, the less I understand. That's because the commander's not following. He doesn't have his brain cell activated this event. Why did you resort to terrorism? She hasn't gotten there yet, bro. Everything you've said sounds pretty far removed from that sort of violence. You're right. That wasn't how we operated in the beginning. At first, we were almost like a neighborhood watch group just trying to make the Outer Rim a better place to live. We made people in the Outer Rim get jobs. It could be any kind of work, even the darker kind. No matter what it was, we made a rule that if you worked, you received compensation. Some gangs liked us and others hated. But we approached all the established crime bosses the same. Trying to settle matters by whatever means possible and then form alliances with them. That's how we came to be known as... Oh, that's how they knew Underworld Queen. Ah! We made an arrangement with them to protect one another, and that became our greatest source of strength at the time. Pass it. I don't think I've actually ever seen that word used, honestly. Once word spread that they were backing us, smaller gangs fell in line a bit more. And they started protecting homes for Outer Rim residents in exchange for payment. Man, I'm learning so much fucking words from this game. Slowly but surely, the Outer Rim gradually stabilized. And that's when people started raising their voices. They said at the time had finally come for us to speak with the Ark. We may still have been living in a landfill, but at least we were living like humans. And they said it was time that we showed the Ark that. So, we tried. We secretly crossed the partition up to the posters. Or put up posters. And shouted slogans. The Outer Rim isn't a landfill. There are people here who live here. Right now, there are many who are living in mist garbage without ever seeing a single ray of light. Your attention can bring light to the people in the Outer Rim. It can bring a new future to the children growing up there. Bring light to the Outer Rim. Bring light to the outlaws. We focus on raising our voices. But don't trespassers get killed on spot if you're caught? Not back then. It wasn't as difficult as it is now for outlaws to enter the Ark. Security wasn't as tight. Also, outlaws weren't considered a threat back then. But that also means there was no one willing to listen. Right now, there are many who are living amidst garbage without ever seeing a single ray of light. Your attention can bring light to the people of the Outer Rim. Boss, are you okay? Ugh. I don't know what you're going on about, but shut it. I can't stand the noise. Verbal and physical abuse felt like felt almost preferable to nothing. At least it meant they were listening. The real problem was how the majority of people were also indifferent. Everyone pretended not to hear, but staring at their phones as they walked past. What is she doing in the middle of the street? Excuse me. Oh no, I made eye contact. Oh no, they were roommates. The woman wearing earphones hurries away. It felt like I was shouting into the void. And it wasn't just me. I'm sure everyone who was there with me felt the same. We decided to change our strategy and sent petitions directly to the central government. After we sent dozens, even hundreds of them, they finally agreed to arrange a meeting. We were hopeful that we were finally getting one step closer to what we wanted. But how come no one's here? It's been 6 hours. Did we get the date wrong? No. This is the right date. Elysian Harper looks at the door of the meeting room knowing no one is coming. After that happened several times, we got the message. No matter how much we petitioned them, the central government would not meet us. No matter how much we shouted, the Ark would not listen. We grew more and more exhausted until they refuse to listen to us, why don't we make it so hard they have no choice but to hear us out? No way. Look who drug in the trash. Well, looky, who's not surprised by any of this? Me. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Oh, good point. This must have been when she was so human. Yeah, good point. We'll put on a grand fireworks show. And the one they can't possibly ignore. I get the feeling Oso's somewhere raging about this. Yeah. It was Crow.
Let us rest together, Commander.
Crow was part of Heavenly Ascension too? Yeah. I don't know how she joined or who vouched for her. All I remember is hearing she was born in the Outer Rim. That explains a lot. At first, she was quiet, diligent, and devoted. She patrolled the Outer Rim with us and went to the Ark with us to demand better rights. She went without hesitation to places other members would avoid, and withstood all the physical and verbal abuse, even in the indifference. The reason I thought of her as a comrade, despite our philosophical differences, was because I saw how devoted she was then. But at some point, she stopped being quiet and started speaking up, raising her voice, expanding her influence. While I was away on the Outer Rim to meet with the central government, she built up a small faction inside Heavenly Ascension, and that's how much influence she had gotten. You want to resort to terrorism? Are you out of your mind? Whoa, calm down. Why are you getting so worked up? Terrorism's a scary word. Don't call it that. Since the arc is so bright that can't seem to see those of us who are living in the darkness. I'm just saying we should light off some fireworks to help them see better. Oh, don't try to make it sound harmless with words like fireworks. Your plan is practically the definition of terrorism. You want to sneak bombs into key central government facilities and detonate them. Oh, so she had a V for Vendetta moment. A ton of people in the Ark would die. It would be a catastrophe. Why should we care? Let the big wigs in the Ark deal with that. Do you think anyone in the Ark cares about us? About how many die to sickness? Or how many children are going blind because there's no light? Or how many are killed by explosives that got mixed in with the trash? We screamed our lungs out and they didn't even care one bit. It's the same thing. Our people dying from sickness or accidents isn't the same as outright murder. And unlike us, the Ark has a super high performance AI managing everything. Come on, boss. You've lived there before. You don't have to pretend like you haven't. We all know you came from the Ark. You. How dare you accuse the boss of being from the Ark? Do you have any idea what she's done for the Outer Rim? Oh, of course I do. I'm well aware of how hard our dear boss has worked for the Outer Rim, and how much she has changed since she came here. How could I not? You're a good person, boss. Even I know that. I doubt there's a single person in the Outer Rim who hasn't benefited from your efforts. We know how hard you've tried. That's why we followed you this whole time, including me. That never happened with anyone else. You threw everything away and came to the Outer Rim with nothing. Then lived alongside us for years. And brought light to this dump that had been covered in darkness. But what resulted from that? No one listened to us. No one remembers us. Why? Because it isn't sensational enough. I'm not gonna say that's why. That's the thing about people in the Ark. Their lives are so peaceful, they haven't had so much handed to them since birth, that you can't ask them to as sweetly and kindly as you want, even when you raise your voice. And they won't so much as spare you a glance. If it isn't sensational, they dismiss it as boring and couldn't care less. Okay, now that she's expounded on it a bit, I understand where she's coming from. And it's definitely true that the people in the Ark haven't... They're like so sheltered from the raptures and all that that they really don't get it, which was like, you know, her point with Ark invasion. But again, she just takes it too far. So what? What are you trying to say? And how does this all lead to becoming terrorists? Terrorists? Didn't I say not to use such a scary word like that? We can still do what you want, boss. Go into the Ark and tell them what we think. All I'm saying is we add a little spice to our words. That way, we do it the outlaw way. We make it a game to them more... We make it a game to get them more involved. If they find the bombs before they go off, the Ark wins. If they don't and the bombs go off first, we win. But seeing how they already have so much, and we have so little, it's only fair that we apply a teeny handicap to them. We'll know the entire plan, but they won't. Once they get so engrossed in this little game of ours, they'll finally start listening to what we have to say. I guarantee it. That's definitely not how this works. So, Crow takes one more step towards Alicia and Harper. Just this once, I'd like us to do things my way. What do you say, boss? The look in her eyes told me that she'd go through with it even if it meant having to go through me. She spoke in a way to rile others up, highlighting how we were in this together, and sugarcoating her words to downplay the crime to make it feel justified. Crow was an agitator, and a charismatic one at that. The others were starting to agree with her more and more. And that's when I realized something. Boss. What we need isn't to throw a tantrum like timid children. We need a revolution. One with fire and blood, because the truth is, those things can't be avoided if we're gonna get what we want. What was I just saying? All that yapping. But that'll never happen if we do things your way, will it? That's why I'm gonna do it instead. I realized I had to put a stop to it. No, I can't allow that. What you said is right. My way is peaceful and uneventful. It's never going to stir up the people of the Ark. I understand wanting to give them a shock. People might actually remember our name if we do. But killing people is completely different story. All we'd be doing is giving them the go-ahead to shoot every one of us, and not just us, but everyone in the Outer Rim. Like you said, we have nothing compared to them. That goes for firepower too. True. If they get serious and come here for blood, we'd be lucky to escape, never mind defend ourselves. It wouldn't be a fight. Of course, we've all snuck into the Ark before, so we might be able to flee there. But what about everyone else in the Outer Rim? The children, the sick, the elderly. Who's going to protect them? And it's not just the central government. The reason we're able to make a pact with the Underworld Queen wasn't because we were so determined that we'd shed blood for our cause, but rather because we were protesting peacefully for our rights. If we do things your way, that pact would collapse. Here we go, guys. All the order that we've spent years establishing would collapse. Order, huh? That's why I'll never approve of your plan. It's not just for our sake, but for everyone's. Huh. For everyone's sake. You say you're afraid of the central government will set their sights on outlaws. But that's easy enough to solve. We just change what we've been shouting this whole time. What do you mean? We stop saying, bring light to the Outer Rim, bring light to the outlaws. Instead, we make sure they know it's us. Light is our right, Heavenly Ascension. We change our slogan. Then the government won't target everyone in the Outer Rim, but only Heavenly Ascension, right? That's... No. Well, you're the boss. I get what you're worried about. Crow picks up the paper with her plan on it. Pretend I didn't say anything. Thanks for understanding. Like I said, you're the boss. Crow turns to leave, then stops. But there is one thing you should know. Not everyone's like you. They don't all worry about the other people in the Outer Rim. They're not all that patient either. Crow leaves the room. She seems dangerous. Shouldn't we keep an eye on her? Alicia and Harper looks around the room. A few people glance towards the door, like they want to follow Crow out. Yes, please do. I had a gut feeling, though, that her plan couldn't be stopped. See? From that day on, Heavenly Ascension split into two factions. The moderates, who wanted to raise their voices without straying too far from the old way. And the hardliners, who said the old way would never work, and that extreme measures were required. At the time, both sides thankfully understood one another, even if they disagreed on the methods to use. We at least knew why everyone chose the way they did. And the hardliners didn't cross the line. Oh, until they do, but you know, for now at least not. But as I feared, the hardliners started getting more and more extreme. It didn't matter how much I tried to restrain them or persuade them otherwise. See? And before long, the ominous feeling I had was made a reality. The terrorist attack she brought to me that day was carried out in secret. They only changed the location. We've just received news of a terrible tragedy. A large-scale terrorist bombing has occurred at the AFX train operation by Elysian. The incident took place as the train was entering the station platform. The explosion, which came from within the passenger cars, not only destroyed the train, but caused the station structure to collapse, resulting in a terrible tragedy. See? Yeah. AZX was the successor. That's what I figured. The central government has deployed numerous Nikkes to the site to conduct rescue operations, but due to the extent of the collapse, the number of casualties continue to rise. Meanwhile, according to the testimony of one survivor, a passenger on the train stood up, pulled out a detonator, and shouted the following just before activating it. The AFX incident. Yeah, the worst terrorist attack in the Ark's history was set in motion by Crow. Light is our right, Heavenly Ascension. Using her slogan. Just as Crow predicted, after the AFX incident, the name Heavenly Ascension spread across the entire Ark, but not for good reasons. The things we'd shouted, which no one ever listened to, finally spread everywhere. The Ark citizens began to recognize that people lived in the Outer Rim. As soon as public opinion started to deem the central government's initial response as inadequate, the government got in touch with us, saying they wanted to enter into negotiations. Oh yeah, negotiations. And they said they would listen to everything we had to say. Yeah, sure. Of course, given how much death and destruction the attack had caused, we were on high alert. But the government assured us they were aware that only a small number of us were behind it. They don't care. They'll knock out the whole system anyways. And that could bring us as many armed guards as we wanted if we were uneasy. Even still, I hesitated. The one who ultimately convinced me was my mother. Oh. I'll hear you out. Come if you want to clean up this mess. That was the message I got from her. So we decided to arm ourselves and head over. We figured that the attack had already happened, and that sitting around wasn't going to change anything. How do you think it went? Not well. Why do you think that? If it had gone well, there wouldn't have been any other attacks. Bingo. It didn't end well. Just as we suspected, the meeting was a trap. A trap laid by my mother. Oh, of course, that's not surprising. When we made it to the conference room, it wasn't people in there who were waiting to hear for us. It was mass-produced Nikkes with armed Elysian latest weapons. You're kidding. The moment the meeting room door opened, they started firing before we even had a chance to react. In that storm of bullets, I watched as my comrades threw themselves in front of me. Stop, let me go. I should be in there. I should be dying with them. Get it together, boss. You have to live. That's the only way their deaths will mean anything. One of them hoisted me onto his back and jumped out the window. That's how I survived. What a baller! Everyone who went to that meeting may have died. Except me and the man who jumped out the window with me. Oh, fuck. He's the man who's upsetty spaghetti. That's terrible. After that, nothing could stem the tide. Not only did the majority of moderates defect to hardliners, but remaining moderates became ground for being labeled a traitor. The resentment of being treated like garbage for so long, the betrayal from being deceived into approaching a negotiation table, and the desire for revenge on behalf of all the comrades we'd lost. You take those negative emotions, Commando, thank you for your follow, welcome in, and combine them with the precedent that Crow had set, and people began committing terrorist acts all across the Ark. After that, there was nothing I could do. I know it started with me, and that I'm the one who pulled the trigger when I said we'd lead the Outer Rim towards the light. But once that bullet was fired, it flew out of my control. Regardless of what I wanted, I was suddenly the leader of a terrorist organization. A leader who had survived by hiding behind the bodies of her comrades. Did your mother ever contact you again? No. She assumed full responsibility for failing to kill me, the head of Heavenly Ascension. And stepped down as Elysian CEO. Huh? That's why Ingrid had the CEO mantle thrust upon her so abruptly. As for me, I cast off the name Elysian Harper, and from that day forward only lived as EH. Having become a powerless leader, incapable of doing anything, I wasn't even able to make decisions after that. All I could do was try to persuade them to carry out attacks that didn't kill anyone. That's pretty much how things were. Until the attack on the Ark that blew the hole into the Dome of Eternity. That's everything I can tell you. Does that answer your question? Yeah, I think it's enough. No, I need more. I appreciate your honesty. No need to thank me. This is the first time I've been able to talk so freely to someone. I really appreciate you for listening. Whatever decision you make, I'll accept it. We've been here a while. I'll try to find us a way out. EH stands up. You wait here a sec. EH? Yeah? Do you ever regret it? Regret what? Leaving Elysian and going to the Outer Rim. Oh. I turned towards the sound. Came from over there, right? The sound came from beyond the wall, piled with metal crates. Yeah. Ooh. Stay here. I'll go check. I should come with. Honey, can hear me? Viper. Hey, smell, boss, come in. It sounds like Jackal and Viper. Viper, Jackal, over here. Huh? Sounds them. Boss, Commander! We're here. Get back. Huh? What do you... Oh, they have the explosions. He each grabs me by the collar and quickly pulls me away from the wall. That sound. Get down. I quickly cover my head and duck. A bomb! There you are! Is everyone okay? You're later than I expected. When I saw that tracker, I figured you'd come right away. Sorry about that. This place is used for cold storage, so the temperature weakened the signal. Plus, we had to make a short pit stop somewhere. Where? Cold storage. No wonder it felt so cold in here. Yep. I guess they figured this was the best place to jam any possible tracking signals. Wait, what tracker? Check the inside of your sleeve. I feel along the inside of my sleeve. I detach a small cube no bigger than my pinky nail. When did you... When you gave me the little boost earlier, remember? Yeah, the handshake. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm rubbing my eye. To be fair, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that in this regard. That. Remember now? We were escorting you through the Outer Rim. We had to take certain precautions. Yeah, no, that's fair. And what do you know? It helped us find you. Sure, but I know I technically failed to protect you as I promised. But I did come and save you, so we're good, right? Good? I don't really get what you mean, but Commander is good. Thanks, Jackal. Sure. Thanks for saving me. Don't mention it. Oh, and by the way, we caught the guy who did this. You did? That pit stop I mentioned earlier. We went and caught him. He's actually been upstairs, eavesdropping on us. We subdued him, though. Want to see? Yeah. I'll come too. Are you sure? It might be dangerous. Maybe you should wait outside with Jackal. I'd like to hear what he says. I'm involved in this too, after all. I want to know why he did it. Sure. Then, let's go together. I like her design. There's a lot I like about EH's new design, but I think overall her other design was better. With Viper and Jackal leading the way, we go upstairs. A man is there, bound to a pillar and gagged. He glares at us. Viper, can you remove the gag? The gag, oh my god. Yeah, okay. Viper approaches the man and removes the gag. What are you all even doing that for? You should just kill me. Been a while. Melon. What a name. Melon. You've got a good memory for a traitor. I didn't know you were still alive. Last time I looked for you, I couldn't find you anywhere, so I thought you were dead. Why would I show my face to a central government lapdog? Greg! You only try and get me to quit Heavenly Ascension anyways. Why did you do this? Because I resent you. Greg sounds better. Okay, we now have a new chat meme. Greg is now a thing. I couldn't believe you'd become a government lapdog. You were our boss. Why didn't you die back then? During the attack on the Ark, you could have just let yourself get blown up along with the service elevator. You don't have to listen to this, EH. Yeah, there's nothing to hear that you haven't already heard. It's fine. If you just died without becoming a Nikke, then I wouldn't feel so betrayed. Someone had to take responsibility. You lived through it too. You saw for yourself the horror we inflicted in the name of terrorism. But consequent. How does that go? The consequences of mine own actions. No matter how it starts, no matter who incites it, no matter what the justification, as soon as the wrong methods are used, the message loses all meaning. A name can be branded in history, but our cause lost all its legitimacy. We dressed them up under the name of human rights movements, but all those terrorist attacks were nothing more than violent crimes. Crimes that brought death and destruction on a whole lot of innocent people. We can realize that we were wrong and regret it all we want, but there's no changing the wrongs we committed. It doesn't ease the pain of the victims that suffered. There needs to be someone has to atone. Because pain and sin don't ever go away. EH. All those crimes we committed were in the name of Heavenly Ascension. So I thought it was only right that I take responsibility for him. I think Crow should have taken responsibility for it, but good job on being the bigger woman, EH. I love ya. Atone, huh? All by yourself? Yeah, I'm the one who started it all. I'm the one who founded Heavenly Ascension, who failed to stop Crow and the hardliners, and who ultimately decided to go to that meeting where so many of our people died. It was all me. I realized that since I'm the one who started all this, I should be the one to end it. By the time I made that decision, my body was already dying. That's the reason I became a Nikke. I wanted to have more time to atone for what we did. I think you should move on too. In that case, let me ask you one question. In your entire life, has there ever been a time, just one, where you regretted coming to the Outer Rim instead of taking over Elysian? Ah, shit, he asked what we did. Did you hear us talking? Just answer the question. Do you regret it? I have more regrets than I can count. But coming to the Outer Rim has never been one of them. I swear it. We're all just gonna stand here awkwardly looking at each other now. You should leave Heavenly Ascension. Admit that what we did was wrong. And cast off your past life. That's the price you have to pay. No. Melon. You're a traitor and a hypocrite. I'll carry my share of sin with me. Oh, we're gonna start doing the sin line from Metal Gear Solid now. What? Ah. Kamikaze time. Another bomb. Where was he hiding the detonator? We'll never be making it to heaven anyway. So I'll see you in hell along with the others, boss. Everyone, get back! Melon! Light is our right. Heavenly Ascension. When the smoke from the blast clears, we hurry to where Melon had been. Bro, there ain't gonna be nothing left, and there is. If it is, it's pieces. But only debris from the explosion remains. Well, at least nothing remains, because that could have been yucky. For a brief moment, EH stares silently at the remains. Damn, poor girl. Sorry to keep you waiting. Kept you waiting, huh? Let's get going. I'll take you outside. Okay. Following EH's lead, we walk towards the Outer Rim barrier. Viper, boss, commander. What's wrong? Why is everyone so quiet? She's a dumb. She doesn't understand these big concept things. Are you hungry or something? I'm hungry too. Commander, want to eat before we go? For goodness sake, Jackal. I'll buy you some food later, so just wait for now, okay? Huh? Yeah, so... Hmm? Jackal starts sniffing and moves towards a box in the corner. Jackal is the kid that you need to take to McDonald's to get the chicken nugget meal. What is that? Is there something there? It smells like gunpowder. Boss, is this dangerous? Jackal lifts a small stick from inside the box. That's a sparkler. Oh, a sparkly? Do you blow it up? EH takes the sparkler from Jackal. It's a sparkler. You light it like this. EH lights the tip. Aww. So sweet. A bright light begins to burst from the tip of the sparkler. And it shines like this. Wow, that's so pretty. Commander, Viper, look, it's so pretty. Yeah, you're right. It's very pretty. I never thought I'd seen one of these in the Outer Rim. Yeah, it really is pretty. Each stares at the sparkler intently. Her gaze filled with both nostalgia and regret. These are the only fireworks you should be lighting. Whoops. Sorry, I clicked it too fast. I want to hold on to one too. I want to light it. Jackal grabs a handful of sparklers and runs off. Wait, Jackal, lighting that many is dangerous. Viper runs after her. Jeff McDude guy. Yeah? That's me. If I ever get blinded again while chasing after the light and end up setting fire to something that isn't meant to burn, will you stop me no matter what it takes? Hell yeah. Yeah. I'm sorry, that's a lot to ask. I don't think that day will ever come. Because I'm positive you won't forget to what you're atoning for. As such, I'm not going to agree to stop you. Instead, I pick up a sparkler. Oh my gosh, no, it's fucking game. This fucking game. Oh, the feels. I pick up a sparkler and touch the tip on onto the one on EH's hand. Here's your feels. It was gonna happen eventually. It's a Nikke event. I'll watch and support you as you atone. Ugh. So that someday you'll finally be atoned for everything and be free. Ugh. Feels. In the shimmering light, EH gives a small smile. That's more than enough. Okay, I heard you ran into some trouble in the Outer Rim. How's your injury? It's fine. It healed up a while ago. I'm pretty sure EH went through worse. I see. Can you tell me what happened? Sure. I tell Ingrid everything that happened in the Outer Rim. Thanks for the report. EH told you about her past. And there really was someone still in Heavenly Ascension, but he took his own life. That's not very tactical. I see. I suppose now you understand why I said I wasn't fit to judge. Yeah. Well, I think it's safe to say you've heard of just about everything at this point. So, now that you have all the information, what do you think of EH? I have sympathy for her. I see. So, you consider her a victim as well? Not necessarily. EH, the terrorist, did unforgivable things. There's no question there. But it's more complicated than that, and there's something tragic to it as well. Is that so? As such, I don't believe she lied about dismantling Heavenly Ascension. I think her vow to face her past sins and atone is sincere. Understood. I'll be sure to include your thoughts in the report that I send to headquarters. Okay. Well, I guess I'll be going then. Alright, great work. I stand to leave the room. Jeff McDude guy. Yes? I'm going to do something that can only be done here and only now. It will be the first time and also the last. Once you leave this room, you are to forget it. Forget what? Do you understand? Yes, I understand. She's like, do not shitpost right now, son. Ingrid rises. There we go, that one. And bows her head. What are you doing? Thank you for listening to my sister's story. Wee. Ingrid lifts her head again. That is all. Now, leave and forget what just happened. Cinema. Absolute cinema. Give that lady a Drake clap. You're welcome. For what? See you around. With a memory in my heart that I'll ironically never forget, I say goodbye to the woman who is both Elysian's CEO and someone's older sister.